It's your Sleepless God back with a new video of what if Midoriya got betrayed. So a little backstory to this video. Midoriya is a very genius, basically a super genius without even a quirk. Still not a quirk, but he's a super genius. Massively smart and is a fucking wizard with technology and amazing with everything else. Everything happens same as the anime. As he gets All Might's quirk, there will be some heartbreak. There'll be some hurt. There'll be some hurting. But All Might gets his quirk. He did the training, but he was a genius, and he's figured out how to do shoot style, basically his full Gatling, a lot quicker, and how to space around his body a lot better. Let's get into it. As Midoriya is sitting in his classroom in pain, not from anything that he's used to, from breaking his fingers, to smashing his entire hand once, from killing that robot, to figuring out how to use shoot style. He's in emotional pain, very much emotional pain, crumbling almost into ash. As everyone in this entire school believes that he is now a villain. There's a video going around of Midoriya, Deku, going and sneaking into the to a public area, not a public area, sorry, a specific area into the teacher's office, taking files of quirks of people and rating them, and it seems like giving them to the villains. As everyone in the entire world saw this video. America, China, everyone. This is YouTube, so yeah, there's no deleting. It goes into a public investigation to see what if, why, is this true, is this false, is this edited, does this seem like it has been edited? As we see Midoriya, not in the classroom anymore like we've seen, like we thought, but in a jail cell, locked up. Let's start off this video. As the video we talked about circulates through the school, as now no one trusts Midoriya. As Midoriya is sitting in his classroom, watching this video of him that he knows is not him stealing these files. And he's like, no, that's fake. Don't believe them. It's not me. And everyone doesn't believe him except 4 people. 4 people believe that's not Midoriya. Bakugo, because that dumb nerd doesn't have the balls. That, Hiroshima doesn't believe him either. Mostly because of Bakugo, he trusts his Bakugo opinion about him. Also because he's seen Midoriya. He doesn't believe he's a thief, and he definitely doesn't believe he's trying to seek with the villains. He is manly. Momo doesn't believe he is, and one more person. Who else? Shoto Todoroki. Mostly because he knows those files, because he asked his dad. He asked by hacking into his stuff. Those files are still there. None of them has been stolen. This is definitely a fake video. As this is right after, if I'm going to give you a timeline of this, it is right after, testing for being a hero and like becoming a hero and going for UA for a little bit, but also after also after All Might tested like all their quirks in the building, basically the hero versus villain exam, and getting close to going into the UFJ incident, like starting into that. As we zoom in, we go into an All Might room. As we see him, All Might, Small Might, Aizawa, and Zawa talking. Basically, those two just talking, as they are just saying, like All Might's like, "Did you see the video? Like, I don't believe young Midoriya could have done it, but still, was it worth it giving my kid to this quirk who is quirkless? There's maybe better options." As Shoto's like, no, he's a perfect kid. He's a genius level student. A's on every class, better even than Momo. Give him props, give him time, give him, and he will grow, and he will become better, and he will become what you think. And he's like, I don't know. He's basically questioning his own. He's questioning, what if, why did I make a mistake? Should I actually give it to like a Genium, or Genium, or one of the top 3 students in here, or should I give him to one of the most higher students, or should I give it to another adult who know the responsibilities? And this video shows trying basically, and like he's like with him with All Might, this is a lot of stress because like he's trying to find his best candidate, and if young Midoriya can't back this around, like he might have to take the quirk back. Now I'm going to say, because All Might still has most of his quirk, it's not he can still take it back if needed. He does not have to ask, but I'm making loopholes basically because, shit. And as like he's like, just as as not Shoto, fuck. As Mr. Aizawa is just like, give it time. All of this stuff is gonna blow over, and everything else is gonna be fine. It's not gonna matter after a couple months. Just let it chill, okay? It's gonna pull out his fake or something else, and it's not going to be well. But we, right now, for young Midoriya, have to give the most support as we can, because right now he is battling demons, and we got to help him through it. As All Might's like, yes, maybe we have to help him through a couple of situations and stuff like that. And as I was like, yes, I'll help him out in the classroom, and you try to help him out mentally. And he's like, yes, I will try to do that. I will do that the best I can. Okay, All Might. As just remember, USJ will you probably not be there, right? He's like, probably not. I have hero work to do in my time, right? As he's like, yes, but don't push yourself. Don't push yourself. We have to just try to be careful, okay? He's like, Almight's like, yes, I'll be careful. He's like, okay, good. As we see him like stand up from his desk and pull, and as we see him get into his his sleeping bag and start hopping away. As the students, when Aizawa walks into the room, is just pumping. Some with anger, some with confusion, some with worry, and some with disgust. And they're all pointed at Midoriya. As Midoriya hasn't took this pressure before, as Midoriya has he's a genius. He's an absolute madman. He's an absolute genius. but with geniusness makes pressure difficult. As he as Aizawa explains the USJ and what's going on tomorrow, as everyone hops on the bus tomorrow. Specifically, because I maybe didn't explain that well enough, but he basically explained what the USJ are. They're hopping on the bus, they're getting on, and as everyone is sitting around, they're completely quiet until one motherfucker says, and Cody is Ingenium. I'm joking, not Ingenium, but I want to call him Ingenium because he's kind of a dick. God, remember that? You remember those scenes where he's just like, "What?" Or like, like, why did he go against fucking a villain that has already killed pro heroes? Yeah, he's just a dumbass. We all know who I'm talking about now. He's an idiot. He tries to act brave and tough, but he's a fucking idiot. Bravery is not from revenge. Bravery is showing that you can face your fears even when everything is crashing down on you. And as he says, Midoriya, why did you do that? I gave him the stupidest voice ever because I want to. He says, he's like, what? I didn't do that. He's like, oh, we all saw the tapes. You definitely have done it. Who did you give him to? What documents did you steal? As Bakugo's looking at him, seeing what he would do. He's like, I didn't steal anything. I didn't do anything. It's like, if I did, would I be at the police station right now, like answering questions and stuff like that? As another kid, Froppy this time, is like, yes, but yes, would have been, but what if they're doing a investigation? Sorry, I can't do Froppy's voice. Froppy's voice is. And he's like, well, then I would be the main investigation. One and I would be, pop culture famous. I'll be not pop culture famous. I'll be one of the biggest people there. I would be at the police station. He's like, and as he looks at him and he says, we just have to keep an eye on you then, and maybe. He looks over to Aizawa and he says, have someone closer by to keep a good eye on you. As Aizawa, you can hear him almost growl as he says, no one is going to be in trouble for any video or reasons that we have figured out. As he looks over to him and he says, okay. And he looks over to every one of them and he says, if I hear any more mention of it, as he glows his eyes, as he activates his quirk, you're going straight to detention. And it's not with Principal Nezu. You're going to detention with me. And I'll make you run laps until you can't feel your legs. As everyone goes dead quiet. As everyone goes to the USJ, as they start walking up to the giant staircase, getting to the building. As they meet giant fucking black hole woman. I always forget her name, but as they start talking, as the same thing happens, a giant portal opens in the middle and starts emptying out villains. But instead of everyone's like, oh, instantly prepared, or like instantly like, what is that? What is happening? They instantly all look at Deku, and they all get three emotions: angry, and distrust. Lots of distrust and a little bit of sadness. Because they were hoping Deku wasn't that guy. just fake. But after this situation right now, the odds are stacking up. Video of him stealing documents. Villains coming out. As they all get teleported to different locations. As Midoriya is teleported in the same location as he was, but instead of Froppy and him helping him, he has to do it all by himself still. And he survives with a little bit more injuries than he actually a little bit less injuries because he knows how to use full cowling and doesn't have to break his fingers. As everyone, because of this and because of I'm gonna say because of multiple things, Bakugo's training a little bit harder because Midoriya was a genius, and a lot of people. There's a lot of more. Basically, Class 1A groups up together and tries to keep themselves all safe. As Midoriya, basically most of a Class 1A. As a Froppy and Pervert Jr., God, fuck him. He's such a pervert. God. I'm just gonna say him by nicknames now. Just hopefully you get him. Pervert Jr., Ballface. How much do you want to know about this man right here? Just like, can I just say him by nicknames? Is that okay? Like, I love saying him by his nickname, cause like I hate his like he's like actual nickname, and I can't remember it right now. But I just love calling him just like Little Pervert or like Ballface. It's just so much more funny, in my eyes at least. But as we have Azuku, Froppy, and Ballface. As Froppy's like the battles, she looks over at Deku and she says, why did you bring him here? And all sexy, and he's like, I didn't do any of this. As we see another unit, we see Momo, Momo, Danky, and the music chick. As we see them with one other person, Uraraka, also there. As Uraraka says, Froppy, watch out! As they see, the Momo that's there. Moo, speak words? The giant creature, who tries to reach for Froppy as Deku goes full cowling, grabs Froppy and chucks her away into the crowd. Also by kicking Tiny Pervert away with him as he gets grabbed. As Shigaraki walks up and slowly goes for the face as he says, if you don't give me the location of All Might, or at least get him here, I'm going to erase this man's skin. I am going to I'm going to delete his arm. As as all the class just says, like you can see almost like calculations going in their head of just like what is the worth. As everyone looks at him, and they all run away. Not for help. They all run away to Aizawa as they grab Aizawa. As we have Bakugo and why am I forgetting his name right now? Todoroki. Bakugo and Todoroki standing right behind them. Basically, Todoroki making an ice shield and Bakugo getting ready to attack. As Bakugo says, why did you leave Midoriya? As he said, it's tamper evidence. As we have the little pervert We all know. He says he's one of the bad guys. He was part of him, and he's like, no, he's not. He was one of us. As we hear a scream, high pitch, a cry of pain, as we see Shigaraki slowly start deleting the skin off Midoriya's back. As they say, they left you. They left you how my family left me. So I'll give you a break. Nomu, break his arm. As we see the Nomu just crunch his arm and you hear the bones break. As we see him chuck him away. As, same thing in the anime, All Might pops in, I am here, as he fights the Nomu and blasts him off to space. But instead of the anime, All Might walks up to Midoriya, still in his All Might form, and says, Tiny Midoriya. As he says, he almost grimaces, you were not worth my power. As he plucks one hair, you see him open his eyes, as you see him eat his hair and says, all for one will be... No. One for all. One for all will be gone soon. As All Might walks away, as Midoriya looks at him and says, and smiles, with this grimace on his face that's creepy and very sad, as he gets arrested. He gets arrested. Put the hashtags in there. He doesn't really get arrested. He's basically just looking into the situation because video coming out of him stealing documents, UA gets attacked. Hand in hand, the police right now are trying to figure out does this actually happen? As we see Midoriya in a prison cell, locked up. As we see him, tears going down his face, as we see, instead of his green hair, it's slowly and slowly becoming more black. And this is where we're ending off the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe and like the video.